Hey everyone, this is Deb with Four Seasons Crafts. How are you guys? Hope everyone is doing well. I am going to try to get up the comments here so I can kind of watch for comments. So we'll see. We'll see if I can do that. All right, here we go. Okay. I think I may have figured it out. All right, we are going to get started. So a couple weeks ago, I had a in-person class that was supposed to happen, and things kind of got changed. I ended up still having a couple people, so it was super fun. But I wanted to share with you guys just a couple reminders. The annual catalog retires at the end of this month. So be sure to check out all those last chance items that are on sale. I posted the PDF of what's 60%, 50% all the way down. A lot of stuff's already sold out, but I think you'll find a few things still out there. So that's that one. And then for those of you who have purchased product from me in the last 6 months, you will get a catalog. Or if you come to the my kind of catalog launch party, you can get a catalog there. So those are the two ways. If you would like one, you can comment catalog below, and I can tell you how you can actually get one that way too, if for some reason you have not purchased product. So, all right. So this class was kind of the last in-person class I had that was just going to be kind of a flat rate. I'm kind of moving to a different model, and I'm going to let my customers know that here in the next week or so. So I thought we would go through and actually make these cards. I really love them. I thought they came out beautiful. So we are going to just pick one, and I think we'll start with one that's fairly simple and just kind of work our way up. So here we go. So this is the packet, by the way. When you come to a class, you will get an envelope and all the pieces that you need for to make the cards. And then in this case, we had 5. So we made 5 different cards, and this is what they were. So let's get started. So I'm going to put this over and grab my little packet over here. So I have this little kit right here that I keep everything in that I use, not the sauces. Sorry. So it has all my tools that I need. The sauces were from another event. That's funny. Okay. So here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder, and we are going to crease this piece of crumb cake that is 4 1/4 by 11. And then we have some various pieces here. This is basic black, and this is some of that Zania paper. And I'll tell you guys, it is so pretty. It really is. It's just so, the colors are so vibrant. I really do love it. So we're just going to adhere this piece of designer paper to the back of the basic black cardstock. So I'm sure, I know we've mentioned it before, but prices are going up. So I would encourage any of you, if you like the basic white cardstock, if that is one of the things that you like to use for your card base, then I really encourage you. So I'm going to grab my little safety pin that I keep here. So I'm not going to lie, you guys, it has been a while since I've had an opportunity to sit here and craft. So I think the glue is probably a little stopped up there. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. And we're just going to put this right here. I'm just going to kind of run it up to get that big blob of glue. Just kind of take it up the side there. All right. And this one, the difference between these two pieces, by the way, is 1/8 of an inch. So it's a smaller border between the two. Okay. And then I have another piece here with a smaller piece of basic black and the same piece of designer paper. And this one I'm going to turn and show the opposite side of the paper. So anyhow, the basic white cardstock, the envelopes, those are all going up in price, but they're going up by a couple dollars, some $2, some $2.50. So I would encourage you to go out. I would love for you to go to shop fourseasonscrafts.com, and that will take you to my online store where you can purchase those envelopes. You can purchase anything, any of the items that are on sale, but I really encourage you, if you just want to save some money, to go out and take a look at those items that are on sale. So this piece, it's going to actually line up flush on both sides, so there's no border on the ends, just across the top and the bottom. All right, so now we're going to adhere these to our card. So let me just show you, because one of the things I think is always good, one, make sure you have the opening right. I think I did that wrong a couple weeks ago when I did a video. So you're going to lay it like this, and then this one's going to go up, let's see if I have this one on dimensionals. I do. And then you're going to put this one like that. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere these to our card base. But this honestly is, when you get the new catalog, and these are online exclusives, by the way, what we're working with right now. But when you go out and look, if you're debating, oh, do I want this stamp set? Or you have to make a choice. I love the, and we're going to use one of the greetings from the set. But the paper is just beautiful for this one. But if you had to pick and choose, you could go with just the paper for the zinnias, and then maybe use buy a different stamp set if you wanted to. Which I want to say too, in the new catalog, and I can't show it to you yet, but in the new catalog there are a lot of stamp sets that are absolutely beautiful, that are just stamp sets. There's no dies or anything that go with it. And I was looking through the catalog again, haha, and there were, I couldn't believe, I'm like, wow, I must have missed a lot of these my first time through. So, we all are, it's one of those, right, where you think, oh, I'm on a little bit of a budget, right? Can't have everything. I can't have everything. I wish I could, right? All right, so there we go. So I'm going to just put this one in the middle, and then let me take all these off, and then we're going to line this right up on our card. All right, there we go. And then we're just going to take this, and we are going to put it right in the center. So we want it centered on both sides, plus top and bottom here. Let me just hold it up this way. Okay, maybe just a tad over there. So anyhow, once April 30th rolls around and passes us by, we will, those prices are going to go up. So right now we kind of have a little insight right into how much things are, and if we can save a little money, that's like fantastic. All right, I am going to take a piece of this right here. So just so you guys know, this is a card front from a paper pumpkin that I'm not going to use. I'm going to stamp on it with our greeting, because I don't have a piece of white cardstock here. For whatever reason, I don't. All right, so we are going to take a block here and grab our stamp set and our greeting. As soon as I can find it here. You know, guys, sometimes I think I have everything ready and then I don't. So for some reason, it looks like I left it over on the other side. Hold on 1 second. Okay, let me go grab it. It is right on the other side of my table here. And I think this is the only one. All right, here we go. So this is the stamp set. And when you stamp these, they are just outlined. I've used them, I think, in a couple other cards. So these you would use with watercolor, colored pencils. You could use your blending brushes, whatever, and you could color these in. So, but when you first stamp them, they're just outlines. Okay, so what we're going to use is this "Thank you very much," and we are going to put that right in here. So we're going to use just basic black. So what's funny is I think I realized I had a circle, but I think I used it for another card. And I think that's why I don't have it here in front of me, as I also do not have, it appears, the circle punch. So give me 1 more second. I'm going to go over here and grab that, which I believe is 2 inches. But I'm also going to grab my 1 3/4. It's so funny, you guys. Sometimes I wonder. Okay. So I already have a black circle that's 1 and or 2 in I'm sorry, it's 2 1/4 inches, and then this one is 2 inches, and we're just going to line that up, punch it out, and then we're going to just adhere this right to our circle here. Put that right in the middle. And then we want to hang it a little bit off the edge. So one of the things you have to remember is we're going to put some dimensionals along the side, and then this will just be adhesives. Okay. So, and the reason is if you don't do that, what happens is this will cave. This will kind of cave in, so to speak. So we're just going to put it just like that. And you can almost kind of pull it over a little bit and you'll know where it stops. But we're just going to make sure that it's nice and lined up and press down. So see, what you have then is your, oh, you can't see that. Anyhow, your dimensionals right there. So it makes it nice and lined up. All right. So now all we need to do is we're going to take some of these nice gems here. And these are the adhesive back shiny sequins. All right. So we're just going to take some of these, bring out our, I think this might be running out. Yep. I'm going to show you guys how to change this, but we'll, let's do this first. So I'm just going to grab, I used the lemon green before, but I think I'm going to grab some of these ones that are yellow and maybe use these instead. And then we'll just take a small one and put it there. Isn't that beautiful? It's so simple, right? And I love it. Okay, so we'll put those back. And then, of course, we have our piece that we're going to put on the inside of our card. So let's clean our stamp here, and then we'll stamp the inside with a flower. So here we could put leaves. We're just going to take this flower here, and we're going to just stamp it in on the corner here. So let me grab, and I think we will just stamp it in black. And then what you could do is you could color it if you want, whatever. But in this case, we'll just stamp it right in black. And let me grab a piece of grid paper. I knew it came on early. I just didn't think it was that. I was that out of it, I guess, when I when I got myself together here. All right, here we go. We're just gonna put it right here on the end. There we go. So now I could take my markers, whatever, and color that in if I wanted to. And you guys, I did watercolor the other day, and I think I showed it in the last video. I loved it. I thought it came out so pretty. And what I found in doing that is, as you do watercoloring, it doesn't always look the nicest as you're doing it, but as it dries, it's amazing how beautiful that comes together. Okay. So here we are. So now we're just going to adhere this inside of our card. And then we'll move on to our next one here. Tombow glue is also going to go up. I think it's going up another $1. So, you know, everything's getting very expensive, guys, isn't it? I'll tell you. So I think one of the things I'm going to do in this next catalog is, one, show how you can tie maybe some of your old product to your new product. I think that would be fun, as well as really maximizing our cardstock so that we don't have leftovers. So in other words, when you make a card, you're using the whole piece, or if you have like a strip left, doing something with that as well. All right, you guys, so there is our first card. So we'll put that over there. And I just want to show you because I made a couple of them. And I think, yep, I already sent it out to someone. I was getting jiggy with it. All right, so now our next card we are going to do, let me grab our cards. And we will pull our next one in. And this one is using some of the paper from the annual catalog, and I think this is still available. So we have a die cut, and we're going to use some, this is Parakeet Party, I think. Yep. So we're just going to do some scoring there. And then we are going to take, we have a strip of black and we have a strip of designer paper, and we're going to adhere this. Oops, I am way off camera. Sorry about that. We're going to take our strip of designer paper and we're going to put that right in the middle there. Maybe I'm being a little tired. So our son had prom last night, and I think I am. So of course, I don't know if you guys are like this, but you know, it's hard when your kids are out. I don't know. They're not home, and you know, you get concerned about them. So, which I think is funny because they're gonna, you know, he's gonna be leaving pretty soon to go to school, right? So it's kind of gotta cut the apron strings, so to speak. Okay, so this is just a little bit over there. I don't know why you guys, but I seem to be doing this more than I care to admit. And I probably would take a paper trimmer is what I should do. But I'm just gonna see if I can grab a little bit of this off there. So I'm just gonna take my scissors. But again, the easier way might be literally to cut like a 1/8 or 16th inch off the top, and no one's gonna be the wiser. Okay, so there we go. Just take that off there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add this piece of greenery, and we're just going to adhere it right here on our card. So we're just going to take a couple drops of adhesive and put them on kind of those thicker parts of the stem. And then I'm just going to lay it across here. Okay. And then I'm going to get some, we're going to use some twine, and I have a little bit left on this one, so we're going to just use the rest of that. And I'm just going to roll it around a couple times to get a little bit of twine right here. And then I'm going to grab a glue dot. Glue dots are perfect when you are trying to kind of create like a holding for some of this twine, because I can take it and put a glue dot right on it, and it will kind of adhere to all the pieces, and then I can stick that right here. Okay, so as I want it to be out so that I can see it. And I'm going to have to go get one more stamp set. If I only knew that I thought I had everything. So it came from this stamp set right here, the Gorgeously Made. And this was the leaf that we just had. And what I did is this is out of designer paper. So I didn't have to stamp it or anything. And then I have my piece of twine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this big long, and I'm going to stick it right here on my block. And we're going to ink that up. And we have this strip right here. So we're going to take this strip of white, and we are going to ink this up with some fresh freesia. And we're going to stamp just right across this in this lighter color. This is something you can do with a lot of different stamps too, guys, that have kind of some sort of pattern on them. Because then what we're going to do is we're going to stamp our greeting right over top of that. So we're going to move that out of the way. And we'll clean up our stamp here. You can get in the habit of cleaning those right when you're done. You just find you have a little bit less of a mess when you go to actually put everything away. You know, it's just a little bit easier. All right, now we're going to grab our perennial postage stamps, and we're going to take this Thank You for Your Friendship. And you guys can see I don't even have all of them used yet. I can't remember if that one, I can't remember if that one's retiring or not. I think that one might be going away, and the flower one is staying. I think that might be what it is. All right, so here we go. So we got our ink, our stamp all inked up, and now I'm just going to go right over top. And I'm going to do this more in the middle because I know I'm going to have to trim this down. It's a little larger than I wanted. So what I'm going to do, clean off this stamp, and then we're going to adhere it to our piece of basic black here. And we're just going to put it right there in the middle, and you'll just see how it's got a little bit on both sides that I'm going to have to trim off. So I'm going to adhere this here, and again, put it right in the middle. So at this point, I'm looking for my words to be kind of lined up in the middle, which that looks pretty good. All right. And then I am going to take this right here and I'm just going to trim this off on both sides. There we go. And the reason it's like that, it gives people a little extra room when they're putting that in. And then we're just going to put it up on some dimensionals right here. So we will pop that over. Oops. Back in the camera here. Sorry, guys. All right. Okay, so here we go. Pull those off. Remember to always use your dimensionals. So be sure to say hi if you're watching, and if you're watching the replay, be sure to say replay. That way I love to know who's watching, even if it's not live. Okay, now we're going to add some gems to this, some pretty gems. So we have these right here, some pretty sparkles. And we will put those down. Here we go. And let's just put a couple of these right here. And there we go. And then we have a piece, again, of white cardstock. So this is what it looks like. I love this paper, you guys, because we just had to cut it in, 5.5 by, I think it's 4. It might be 3 points. I think it's 3 3/4. And it looks beautiful just like that. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put this piece in. And we're just going to line that right up there. So as we're doing these, you guys will have to tell me if you have a favorite that you like. Okay, there we go. That is card number 2. And I will show you the other ones I did. So here's the other one, same one. I did it a couple times. So there they are. Love it. All right, so we will put that one over and we will move on to our next card. So I'm going to show this one to you before we make it. I love this. I love this coffee set. I do. It is one of my absolute favorites. And I am pretty sure that I'm going to need to cut out those mugs there. So let me get our die cutting machine for that one. And let's do this one next. And we'll get this stamp put away again, kind of get our items put away before we get out something else, right? We'll kind of clean up a little bit. So let's do the Latte Love here. This will be our next one. And we are going to use our mini, we're going to go ahead and use our mini cut and emboss machine here. Okay. Okay, I'm going to totally digress for just a second here. So this was a card, my friend Carol, she cut everything for this card, but this is a new birdhouse set that's going to be in the new catalog. And this is some of the paper, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's so pretty. So this is a piece of it, and you'll see it's got a little bit of weathered look, I guess, maybe. And then this looks like kind of like blue jeans. But we made this card together, and I thought it was beautiful. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and pull in our kit now. So this is the card we're going to make next. I have a couple of them over here, so let me pull in the kit. So here we go. Here's all the pieces. All my little envelopes off to the side. I think I'm actually going to use this one. So I'm part of a, my card swap group. I think I've told you guys about it before. And I signed up for a couple swaps. So I think I'm going to give them these latte love cards. I think that's what my my swap is going to be. All right, so we're going to start out with a piece of early espresso. And this is just a thick, basic white there. Let me see if I can make sure that we're nice, and there we go. All right, so I have 3 pieces. These I ran through that splatter and stripes embossing folder, and I love that, you guys. So I can't remember if that is sold out now or not. So what I'm going to do, so you could use any one though. The brick would be nice, I think, too. All right, so I'm just going to put one here, and then another one right there. And then I have another strip of designer paper, and that's going to go down the middle. So we're going to go ahead and adhere. Make sure I have it on the right side, because you could use either one of these sides. Okay, I got to go get my glue holder, which I love, and I clean up this area and I leave it behind me. My friend Nikki gave it to me. So here we go. All right, so I'm going to put that there. And then this is going to go on the other end. I do find doing the ends first and then putting the one in the middle seems to work much better, in my opinion, than trying to and then this one goes right like that. Okay, so just put that one in the middle. This is a great way too, you guys, if you think about it. This just takes a small strip of designer paper, and you literally could be kind of done with that just right there. You know, you wouldn't have to do anything else if you didn't want to. All right, so now we're going to take our piece of I was going to say twine, but it's not twine, but ribbon, I guess. This is the polka dotted. So this is this ribbon right here. Super love it. Love it, love it. This is, again, an online exclusive. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this over. We're just going to put it somewhere kind of in the middle, okay? And then I'm going to use, I'm going to see what I have here. So I have some tear and tape. I think that's what I'm going to use, is tear and tape. This came from one of the, where did this come from? This came from a paper pumpkin. So it's leftover. So this is a perfect use for it. So I'm just going to strip that down. And then, there we go. And then I'm just going to take this over. Oops. Here we go. And we're going to just put that right down there. And again, the nice thing about tear and tape is it is pretty strong. So I'm going to just run this over there. Get it. There we go. And there you have it. So it's nice and tight. You'll see on the other ones, I left a little too much of a bubble because honestly, I think I just used like Stampin' Seal, which is good, but this is just gonna hold a lot better. Okay, so now again, I'm gonna pull in some dimensionals here, and I'm gonna put those on each side, one in the middle, of course. You just want to put one sometimes in the middle or on the side so it doesn't cave in. Okay, so there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to line this up right in the middle. And then we're going to make sure it goes over just a little bit more. There we go. Guys, sorry. I'm just going to make sure I get this lined up a little bit more. There we go. Okay, there we are. All right, so we're going to set that off to the side. And now what we're going to do is we are going to bring in some of our dies. Oh, and I already do have 2 coffee cups. Yay! So I don't have to do those. But let me show you. So we're going to bring in our plates here that we need. So we'll need plate number 1 and then plate number 2. And then we're going to bring in the dies that we need. So and look at all these. I know I've shown them to you before, but can't get enough of that. It's so many things. So it comes with 2 coffee cups, right? So we're going to break those out. And then we need this right here. And this gives us the top swirl part of our card. So let me show you. So we're going to pull in, take and bring this in here. Oops. And we're going to lay these both down at once. It's amazing sometimes you forget you can run multiple things through at one time. So we're going to just lay this right there. Take our 2 coffee cups, lay those down, put this right on top, and then we're just going to run it right through. I do like this little mini machine because it's very convenient. So now we'll just take these out. And sometimes your stuff gets kind of stuck. And that's what's nice about this end of our Take Your Pick tool. We're just going to pop it right out. And do the same here. Pop that right out. And then I mentioned this right here is it gives us this right here, these 2 little pieces. They almost look like scraps, right? But they are going to be very useful. So we're going to keep those. And now we are done, I believe, with our dies. We'll still be using that for our stamp set, but we'll put this off to the side. And our plates, get that out of the way. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and do some stamping. Oops, almost lost a light there. And again, I forgot to punch, you guys. I don't know why I thought I had so much of this already done, but I guess I didn't. I'm just so used to having it all out. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take these 2 little coffee cups that we have that are adorable, and we are going to take some, this is Lemon Lolly, by the way, and we are going to take some Daffodil Delight and a blending brush, and we're just going to run that right in there, and we're going to just add some yellow around those coffee cups. Not a lot, but just some on the handle and the bottom. A little bit at a diagonal, I would say. And all that's going to do is give it a little, so it's not, and I'll show them to you guys. So I like these, but I just think if you look at the 2 that have the yellow Can you see just how much, I don't know, I think they just add a little more dimension. So we're going to use those. And these, of course, we will keep. So again, you could make them even a little darker on the bottom and on the edge if you wanted. And the same on that one. So I think that's good. I think we'll be done. And then we're going to take these two small pieces that we have here, and we're just going to put a little dollop of glue here. Oops. And there we go. And we're just going to set that right on top of that mug. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. Just do a dollop of glue. So did any of you get snow this morning where you were? We had snow. We had snow here, but it didn't last long. So that was nice. But my husband and our son had to go out and mow the grass, so they did that. All right, I'm gonna do a couple of these stamps here real quickly. So we're gonna take, let's see, I think, oops, I need this one here. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna take our sentiment here called Hello There, and we're gonna stamp this in some really espresso. So we're just gonna pop that in, make sure we get good coverage. This might be another one of those that we need to ink up. All right, so there we have it. I'm gonna take that one. And so can you guys hear laughing in the background? That's my husband and son. They're watching something. All right, so now this one we're gonna take and punch it out right here. Okay. And I know this punch is on back order, and it has been extremely popular. It's awesome. I love it. So I'll be happy when they bring it back. This is, I think, the third time that it's sold out. So, and sometimes it's hard to remember, you guys, how much stuff, because it does come, I think punches come from overseas. So it takes a long time. So they order them like an initial amount, and then if it's doing well, they have another amount already on its way. And then when that sells out, they're ordering again. And that's why sometimes you'll see those delays. So I'm going to take one of these little things that look like coffee splatters, and I'm just going to pop that right in the corner there. Okay, so now we just have to assemble our last bit. So again, this is going to go right on the front of our card here. We're going to pop that up on dimensionals. I think I'm going to have to go get more dimensionals. Huh? So let's just cut up a few more of these. Oops. And remember, always use all the ones that you have, right? These were left over from a paper pumpkin kit. And so I have been using them here for the last several weeks. I have not had a lot of time to craft, you guys. It's been busy, like just work and life, right? We are all there. But I will tell you, this is a huge stress reliever for me. So I so enjoy having that time to come in and just craft. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take our two coffee mugs, and we're going to kind of set them a little bit off to the side here, like this. So what I need to do is on the bottom, I need to put a small piece of a dimensional, and then on the top, I need to have some adhesive, so some glue. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to stick it right there. Take another one and put it right down there. And then that way, and actually these are pretty big dimensionals, so I might actually be able to just get away with putting them just like that. And then this one is going to go however I choose to put it here, I guess. And there you have it. So you need to, when you're doing these, you need to make sure you put a dimensional on the bottom part, and then you could put a little adhesive there at the top too if you wanted to. And there, that is that. And then we have some beautiful, these are also in the online store, and these are called adhesive swirl dots. And the thing I love about these is they match this paper beautifully, and just this whole like kind of coffee latte set. So let me show you. So you get 3 different colors. I hope you can see them, but they're little swirls inside. So we are gonna pick some colors here, and I think we'll take these darker ones. I was gonna use the lighter ones, but I think I'll use the lighter ones when I am using maybe some early espresso. I think those would look pretty there. And we'll just take these and put a few more down here. And these also are all the same size. You know, sometimes you get some and they're big ones and small ones. These are all the same size, just for reference. Okay. So there you have it. Let me show you the other ones that I did. So this is similar. This one's the same as this one. And then this one, I did put a different, and I'm noticing, I think I'm going to put another little dimensional down here. This seems to be coming up a little bit. So I think I'm just going to pop that right there and put it down. So this one you can see has different swirl dots than the other one. There you go. But same card. Love it, love it. All right, so that is the 3rd one. Now we're going to go to our 4th one here. And this one is a lot of die cutting using the perennial postage. So this is a beautiful, and again, we're just starting out with a white card base. So let's go ahead and take our bone folder here. And then we're going to take this piece of gorgeous grape and a piece of that perennial cardstock, or designer paper, I'm sorry, and we're going to layer that right on top. This paper, by the way, most of you know, it is rare when Stampin' Up! Brings designer paper back into another catalog from one year to the next. It's pretty rare. It sticks around, but this is one that is staying around. So it has all, I gotta get you the name of it, but it's all those pretty purple flowers in there. So that's what we're using. All right, so we are going to use the patterned side and add this here. All right. Okay. All right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add these different pieces. Now, let me see if I don't have the perennial postage dies here, but you guys see what they are. They're all those different ones that look like postage stamps. Those are sticking around too. Those are in the new catalog. So this is how we're doing it. And this is a little bit of a spin-off on something I actually saw in the catalog. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to do this one first, okay? And we're going to go ahead and adhere it straight down on that other piece of designer paper. So we'll put it right about there. Okay. Now we're going to take this piece of cardstock and this piece of designer paper, and we are going to adhere those on top of each other. This one is all about your dimensionals, using dimensionals to create this 3D kind of project. Now this one I ran through, and hopefully you guys can see that embossed stamp. So it's a die that comes with these perennial postage, and I just laid it on there and it actually made that impression, which I love. So so the rest of these, now we're going to take this one and we're going to bring back those the greetings that we had. And I used the You Are Simply Marvelous. So we are going to take that and right here. And we're going to use our gorgeous grape ink. And we're just going to stamp that right on the middle here of our greeting, or of our little postage stamp here. Oh, beautiful. I am not always great about lining things up, you guys. So I love it when I do. But we all know the line, right? It's homemade, so I don't think anyone's going to be looking too much at it. All right. So now here's what we're going to do. Now we're going to start layering these. And actually, before we do, though, I do want to tie our ribbon. So we're going to take this piece of ribbon here, and we're just going to tie it around and make a bow. So let's do that first. And actually, I do better with mine when it's upside down. I find that it actually stays a little more. I think I did this and I didn't quite give myself quite enough ribbon, but see if I can get this one to stay there. All right. There we go. All right, that will do. All right. So you'll see it's in the middle and I need it to be a little more over to the right. So all I'm going to do is kind of bend my card a little bit and then move it over. And there we go. It's a little bit more where I want it. All right. Now the reason I had you do that first is because we're going to be layering some things over here as well as up here. Now, if you wanted to, you could turn this over and put some Stampin' Seal, or in this case, maybe we'll just take another piece of the tear and tape here, and we'll just run that along the back. Again, not hugely important, but it will just keep that ribbon maybe a little bit more in place where we want it. All right. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this green piece and we are going to put it up here. Okay, so that's going to be our first thing that we're going to do. And we're going to put this up on dimensionals. All right. And then I think I'll put one more on the bottom just to make sure that it's okay. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to get it close to this ribbon. Kind of bring it in just a little bit, right about there. And then we're going to take this purple piece and we're going to put it this way. And again, we're going to put dimensionals on the bottom. So this class, actually, as I was doing it, I was like, wow, I guess we're doing a lot of dimensionals and a lot of layering. So, all right, and then we're going to put a little bit of adhesive across the top there, and then we're just going to layer it right here. And that is that part of it. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take our sentiment and we're going to put it right there. So again, very similar. Keep our dimensionals at the top, or make sure I'm doing this, at the top on this one. And then our adhesive will be, yep. All of a sudden I was like, uh-oh, am I backwards? But that's right, because in this case, we were going to have it kind of go this way. And that is that. So look at that. Isn't that, I love all the dimension. And you guys could do that with circles, anything. It doesn't just have to be with these postage stamps. You could do that with a variety of different shapes and sizes. So, all right. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to add adhesive to this. There we go. And we're going to put this right in the middle of our card. Now, in this case, you could do it a little bit further to the top if you wanted to leave more room at the bottom. Totally, right? Totally up to you, however you want to do it. All right. And then I had some of these leftover small kind of pearls that I've had. I've had them for quite a while, and they just worked out perfectly. They are very similar to the ones that were in the catalog this year. They had some purple embellishments. So if you have those, that would be wonderful. I would use those particular ones that you have. So I'm just gonna put some of these, and I have a couple different shades on this one. So I'm gonna move them and then just put a couple more down here. And really got to change that putty there. There we go. All right. And that is that card, you guys. I love the colors. So let me put this away. And let me show you. So this was another one that I had done. And here is another. They're all the same, but sometimes here I just put the embellishments someplace a little different. So that is that card. All right, and now we have one more. And if you want these paper butterflies for this card, you get, I believe it was 10 sheets, eight sheets, something like that. I can't remember. So let's see, you got 5. I think you got 8 sheets of them. And on this card, we're just going to use one, but you could use a couple other ones if you wanted. But we're just mainly using this one. I think I have one inside too, actually. So we'll pull both of those out. But these paper butterflies, they are in the last chance items. And they might even be marked down a little bit. I can't remember. But they're very nice. But they are called paper butterflies. And they are like paper. They are. They're very delicate. But they're a great addition to your cards for sure. Okay. So I'm going to just pull out a couple of these. Okay. So what we need here is we need a card that is, it was cut here, cut at an angle from the score line to the middle point of 2 1/8. And that's what gave us this size card. But it started out as a 4 1/4 by 11. And now we're just going to take our bone folder here, and we're just going to take that and crease this back. And let me show you this card too, because I think it might help if you see it. So this is what it's going to look like. This is just, this is what it looks like right here, okay? We're gonna put a piece of designer paper in there, but you can see this is how it folds, is just like that. So super, and it really is simple because it's just a regular 4 1/4 by 11. And then we scored at 5 1/2, and we score it at 2 1/8. No, yeah, I think it's, yeah, 2 1/8. No, it's it. It's not, I don't have the instructions right in front of me. Let's see if we can measure it, you guys. I don't know. I think I've got, where's my ruler? Let me tell you. I'll just measure what this is, and that will help me. All right, so let's see. Yeah, 3 and let's see. Yeah, it's 3 1/4. So 4 1/4, 5 1/4. Yeah. So yeah. So actually it's 3 1/2. So 2 inches. Yep. So we you're going to score it then at 3 1/2 here, and that's what's going to give you the right measurement there. And I do have all the instructions written down, so if you would like the tutorial for this one, you can comment on that as well below. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're first going to take, we have a piece of balmy blue and a basic white piece of cardstock, and we are going to layer those and right on top of each other, and create just again that 1/8 of an inch border there. All right. Okay, now we're going to take our cardstock here, or our designer paper, and we're going to put one, actually we're going to use this side. I want the lines. So you can use whatever side, again, that you want for your card. And we're just going to put that in here. Oh, I think our little dog is having a dream. All right, and then we're going to take another piece, and we have a couple in this one. So, actually, we're gonna do this one. Let's see, we're gonna make it look different than our other one, okay? So I've got to figure out, so I think we'll do this side, because the other one I have another piece in, and I want it to look different than what we have here. All right, so we're gonna take this piece and put it on the outside. And then we're gonna take the piece inside here, and these are the same, by the way, these are the same size, all right, because as the outside, because they're on the same panel. So you need 2 pieces that are cut the same, which is 4 inches by what is it? Is it 4 inches by 3 inches, I think, or 3 1/4 inches. It's in the instructions. I can't remember. Okay, now we're going to adhere this here. Now we only want to put adhesive on one side. So in this case, you might find it easier if you just run it along here. Just don't get too close to the edge because you want to make sure that you have, you know, that room. And you can kind of put your piece of cardstock down and then slide it up. That way you get adhesive on the back. And then just line your points up right here, okay? Oops, let me get on the camera here. All right, and now we have our two pieces here. And we just make sure I know which way these get lined up. Always a little bit of a challenge for me. I don't know. It's funny. I will get it. Sometimes I get them right on. And then other times I'm like, oh, why can't I get those to line up? So let me get them figured out here. So again, we're just lining up all the points. And I think it's like that. Nope. We're going to get it. Sorry, guys. I will get it here. Ah, there we go. So like that. All right. So we'll just dot it here with some adhesive. And oops, maybe a little bit more adhesive. All right. And then we'll just lay it right there on top. Now you guys could also do different colors if you want, you know, for these particular flowers. So you could do a white background, you could do blue, you could do designer paper out of some of those as well. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our little butterfly here and we're gonna put that right in the center. So we're just gonna add some adhesive on his body and then set him kind of right in the middle of that flower. Oops, kind of let it dry. And then we're gonna just turn this over and we're gonna add some dimensionals on the back of it. And then we have a few little other things that we're gonna do there. Okay. And then we're just gonna put this right in the center. Now, I'm gonna get his little body back up here. Here we go. Now, you guys can use any gems or anything like that that you have. I have these silver ones and I thought they went well, but you could do any rounded gem. Pearls, you could color them, you know, again, whatever you want to use. I'm going to take these here and I'm just going to take 3 of them and I'm going to put them as his body right down the middle there. There we go. I love it. So again, these are older, but I really liked them because I just thought they went well. I have some other ones, just a strip of them, if you guys can see. These, it's really hard to see them, I think. These are on the clearance rack. Or not clearance rack, they're in the last chance item and they're on sale. I just bought some because I thought they're perfect. They're going to be great for Christmas or whatever. So, you know, when you think you might want, you know, a lot of something, those I think they're 50% off, if I'm not mistaken, or 40, something like that. Okay. So here we go. So we have one more piece to get on, and this is one of those pieces that are a little more tricky. So it needs to line up with this piece here. Now it doesn't have to line up exactly. So what you want to do is just move it over slightly. Can you see that? How there's a slight border around that. So I'm actually going to flip this over because I want my kind of my rough edge, so to speak. And then all you're going to do is add adhesive, because remember, the whole point is you don't want any part of this white sticking out from the front. I'm just going to hold it right here, and then I'm just going to bring this piece over. So again, it doesn't have to line up exact. It just doesn't need to stick out here is all. So now that I've done that, now I can come in, press this down a little bit more. Then I'm going to take another one of my little paper butterflies, and I'm just going to put it right here. Now, I do need to be careful with how much adhesive I use here, because I don't want it to come out of its wings and then close my card shut. So again, just a few little drops. Put it right there. And now, look at that, you guys. And this one, honestly, there's no stamping with this card. Now you could stamp something here. You could stamp a sentiment. I did not for this one. I kind of liked it just the way it was. The other thing is, and honestly, I tried to put a sentiment across the top, and I just couldn't find a way I liked it. So if you find one, you should post a picture below and see what it looks like. But there you have it. All right, so I want to show you guys the 5 cards we've done. We'll get all this other stuff out of our way now that we're all done. So, oh, let me show you the other ones I made too that looks just like that one. Because I did want to show you this particular one. I've been using this designer paper, so I just picked a different pattern for each one. And then this one had this pattern on the outside. So again, a fun little fold. So that was one card. Then we have the one we did with the postage stamps. Kind of our second card. We have our coffee card here as well. So that is that one, which I just love that set. So I think everything I make with it it's my favorite. And then we did this one here, and this paper is retiring. So this comes from the annual catalog. So that's While Supplies Last. And then we did this one here. And I did have 3 of this one, but I've already sent this out to some folks. So, all right. So you guys, there you have it. Those are all the cards we made. I mean, we made one of each, but hope you liked it. Again, if you would like the tutorial for this one, I am giving it away for free. So you can just comment below tutorial, and I will pop that over into your email if I have your email address. If I don't have your email address, then I will just message you to get that over to you. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining me. Have a great night, and we will see you hopefully Tuesday. All right, talk to you later. Bye.